Hello, happy Halloween weekend, and welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. My name is Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I'm Angry Nerd Girl down in the chat, and I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time on the channel, and I'm going to be running a game that I wrote called Oops All Draculas. I will post a link in the chat if I'm allowed to post links. But yeah, I'm stoked to play a little game with Draculas with you all. Some possible content warnings that might come up tonight, just as the nature of the game. Everyone here is playing a vampire or a Dracula, so there will be discussion of death, undeath, blood, some mind control, manipulation, possible gaslighting, shape shifting, and creepy crawlies like spiders and darkness. So if any of those things are things you don't want to deal with tonight, feel free to duck out. I know the channel has a ton of other videos on demand you can watch. But without further ado, let's meet our wonderful Draculas, starting with Michelle.
Well, good evening, fellow vampires and other creatures of the night. Should I start with my character or should I start with who I actually am?
You tell us your name and your pronouns, and then your character and their pronouns, and your playbook.
Amazing. All right. Well, I am Michelle Rapp. I am a game performer, a TTRPG performer, writer, general stan of these things, and I'm also an artist. You can find me on Fiend Potter on Twitter, where I muse endlessly about things such as Magic the Gathering, D&D, TTRPGs, and my cats. My pronouns are they, she, and tonight I will be playing the impossibly horny Jeannette Desjardins, a 300-year-old vampire who has been standing hot boys and handsome men for virtually that entire period. She is playing the playbook The Sentimentalist, which makes sense as she spends most of her days sculpting various memorabilia of the various people she has stooped over the centuries, and also resting on her very lovely brocaded chaise lounge.
And what's one thing that you are looking forward to tonight for Jeanette?
I am looking forward to waxing rhapsodic about the thousands of lovers she has had over the years. Girl has got all of it. Girl went out there. Girl got all the things. She got some, and by some I mean like the Costco value size.
All of it.
She got all of it. All of it. So, looking forward to that.
Let's go to Jonathan next.
Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan. You can find me at Twitch at Paptimus Prime or at Twitter at JMBraceras. I go by they, them pronouns, and I'm super excited to be here. I'm a TTRPG performer, game designer, writer, kind of, wear all the hats. And I will be playing the vampire Ramon Hernandez, who is also 300 years old and also a sentimentalist. Ramon has a deep care and worry now that unlife has taken perhaps the greatest passion in their life, which is the ability to relate to death and how fragile and beautiful and short life is. But that's not a thing anymore. So here we are, living our best life and trying to find themselves in the modern world.
I love it. And what's one thing that Ramon is looking forward to?
I think beneath all of the shenanigans and everything else that Ramon is usually up to, a little bit of self-acceptance would be ideal.
I love that.
You're so much deeper than Jeanette.
Jeanette doesn't need to. Jeanette is deep as Jeanette wants to be.
It's not very deep.
She takes it deep.
It's not deep. She takes it deep.
I'm sorry. This little man is being a menace. This is Trisket. His pronouns are he, him, and he is a menace. Let's go next to Jilly.
Hello, my name is Jilly. I am Look It's Jilly on the Twitters. Look at the baby. I'm sorry. It's my moral obligation to acknowledge the cat.
But this stream is now just a cat stream.
It is a cat stream.
Get the lo-fi music.
Oops, all Triscuits. But anyway, the majestic tail flick is really what we're all about here. But you can find me as Look It's Jilly on Twitter, Look It's Jilly K on Instagram. I am a writer, actor, editor, bunch of other various theatrical things, the thespian of many hats. Because who isn't a hyphenate in the arts? But I have, in the last few years, been fortunate to play a lot of really fun TTRPGs on stream. I am super excited to be here. I am playing Marietta Forsyth, aka Mary Smith, who is, well, she's an aristocrat and in her heart. Which we'll probably get into more later. I'm not sure how much to reveal of it up front, but basically all is not as she appears, although she does appear to be a very old, not very old, a very wise, distinguished. She looks to be in her sort of late 20s, early 30s. And she has a pet octopus named Floyd, and a fox familiar named Rupert. And I would describe her fashion sense as eclectic. Nothing matches. It's very difficult to place an era. It's sort of a hot mess, but in a fun way that you think, is that intentional? Probably not. Yes.
And what's something you're looking forward to for Mary tonight?
I am looking forward to her interactions with everyone as a whole and the many tales she will tell of her storied past, which may or may not be true at all. Also, my pronouns are she, her, and her pronouns are also she, her, because I realized I forgot to say that. And her goal, because I know that was one of the other questions we were talking about, is to be respected and I think feared and adored. Think Queen of Marie Antoinette, right? Feared and adored. That's the goal.
I love that for her.
Yeah. I mean, she loves that for her too.
Let's go to Sarah next.
You. Hi, I am Sarah Williams. I am on Twitter at Sarah with an H and with an E Willia. I do the voice acting. That's my primary thing, but anybody who knows me know I've been bitten by the TTRPG bug pretty hard. So I love doing that. And pronouns are she, her. And yeah, I don't know, like Gilly, I'm kind of not sure how much I should say about my character. How deep should I go?
If you want, you could just say their name, pronouns, and character class, or playbook, or you can go a little further. So as much as you want.
She likes to go by Genevieve Lebon. Actually, her name's Jenny Layburn. More on that later. Her pronouns are she, her. And she is an aristocrat, so she's a bit more new on that. Again, more on that later. I think. And then she has a minion. Did we say it's okay for me to have the squonk as a minion?
Yeah.
And she has a minion. He's a squonk. He lives in the plumbing. His name is Chester.
And
she picked him up when she moved from her place that she was previously at.
And what's one thing that you're looking forward to for Jin?
I think hopefully she can sort of find the place she's been looking for in her undead life.
Okay.
And it's hard to it's like there's stuff I can't talk about if we're not going to talk about that yet.
All right. And lastly, but never leastly, Natalie. tell us who you are. Tell us about your Dracula.
All right, who I am? Well, I'm Natalie Chenard. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me most places on the internet at Ghost Candle, best place being Twitter, or on Twitch where I go by Ghostly Candle, that's with an LY. I am a variety streamer, mostly sticking to art as my primary profession, as well as tabletop stuff, because tabletop stuff, why not? Let's get in there, let's perform, let's play, let's do all the stuffs. And tonight's my Dracula. My Dracula is named Edlin, or Ed to the friends. They use they, them pronouns. They are sort of a near turn of century industrial revolution vampire, but has always been centered in the North Americas, enjoying all the technology coming up. So even though they are a techno by their playbook, all their technology tends to feel very steampunky, and their language is very esoteric in how they refer to the current modern technology of the age.
And what's something you're looking forward to for Ed?
Ed would love to discover what plans are going on in the neighborhood. They swear there's something mischievous going on, and think they're being targeted somehow, and they're going to find it, and it's somewhere on their wall. The thread is going. All that red thread is all over.
The red thread does keep coming loose for reasons.
So, by one way or another, you are all Draculas who are living together in this house in New Hampshire near Lake Winnipesaukee. There are magical wards around this house that are supposed to keep ghosts away, or they're supposed to keep everyone away, but they only keep ghosts out, leading to a big line of ghosts on the sidewalk. There's security cameras all over the place that go to black and white TVs, going on to videotapes. And your sink constantly runs, so your house is known as the Crying House. Your yard is spitefully ugly, and you are all hanging out. Where, as we start our evening, should we say, nighttime, where do we raise the curtain on all of you? What are you doing in your home?
What time is it?
Say the sun is just going down. So if it's around now, this time of year, we'll say at 7 p.m.
I think Jeanette is an early riser because she knows that packages get delivered at around this time in her neighborhood.
Okay.
So she emerges from the coffin that is on the other side of her chaise lounge, and it is a coffin that is meticulously carved with roses and some fat baby angels and like just general Baroque shit. She has a certain aesthetic that is also extended throughout the rest of her room, but it opens and she rises. She gracefully she does like a Disney princess thing where she's like, another beautiful evening, and she delicately steps out of her coffin onto a little step stool that clearly was bought from like IKEA or somewhere, and basically trips over it and falls. It's like, fuck, shit, fuck, and gets up, and she realizes she's actually landed on top of one of the many wax sculptures of the various genitalia of her many lovers that she's had over time. And she looks at it and she says, god damn it, I'm going to have to redo Robespierre all over again, and just like puts it on a side table. And so she she throws on like a nice lacy beautiful Stevie Nicks loungy shawl.
Paint such a picture.
Just like waves her hand at like starts lighting candles, and she then goes to the iPad that is in the corner of the room. That's like she never takes it. It's always being charged. She doesn't understand that you can like take the charger out and carry the iPad with you. She's too old to get that, so she just goes, what does the magic black mirror tell me today? And she looks at it to see if a certain delivery person has arrived at the door via their Ring camera.
All right.
Yeah, and that is the first thing that she does.
So I will say, as you are looking around somewhat anxiously, restlessly, if you will, you see that there is an Amazon package that is being delivered, but the delivery driver is different.
Who the fuck is this?
It's in fact an older woman who's dropping off the package. She's struggling with this heavy box, but you know, she's looking around. She seems kind of attuned to something going on here. Takes in the yard, nods at it, and then just gently drops off the package. Makes a
I
note on her
fly
thing,
out of
and
my
leaves.
room in fury and disappointment. I fly out of my room. The rest of the house can certainly hear my stomping footsteps in my Italian style patterns as I stop, and then I throw open the door and I demand, where is he? Where did you put him?
I want to know what somebody else is doing as we hold on.
No worries. I run to the door, and then you can all hear me thudding as I accost the Amazon delivery person.
That as these footsteps, agitated footsteps, go down the hall, we see in what looks like an idyllic picture window, we see Marietta with her legs against the wall and lying across the bench seat. It looks at first like she's reading a book, but you can see after a second that it's actually a tablet, and she's just flicking through, I don't know, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is on her tablet. And she kind of flicks her eyes towards the window and can't see, I assume, immediately down, but sees the truck, and it just goes, oh shit. And goes back and is reading an article about the trashiest celebrity gossip. This is National Enquirer, is this baby actually a Yeti? Probably not, but who could say?
Mm-hmm.
And is wearing a truly baffling combination of very fancy jewelry and sweatpants and a tank top, with pearls, and and I think you just hear her yell, someone should stop her, someone should... Fuck it. Back to her reading. And that is the extent to which she is getting involved in that whole drama.
Does anyone hear you?
I mean, I don't know. Is anybody listening? I hear the footsteps, but I imagine that if people are... She says it loudly enough that people could hear her if they're close to the bedrooms. Because I assume our bedrooms are sort of probably all relatively close together.
I think Jeanette hears Marietta and tries to go faster.
You're going to get us cited by the HOA again.
Fuck the HOA, this is love!
I could grab this maybe. I'm sure I am up, so I hear this.
Yeah.
In Genevieve's, how did I pronounce her name? Genevieve's room. It is a room befitting of an 18th century French aristocrat. Something in the Second Estate. Ha ha ha! I watched Oversimplified. And the coffin is very lovely and like it looks like pale marble. I mean, that'd be too expensive, but something like that. It's very ornate and lovely. But instead of coming out of the coffin, there's scrabbling and sort of shuffling noises from the closet. And then Genevieve appears from there. And she's sort of like very fussily like adjusting herself and doing the boob shake as she pushes her boobs up into her sort of less fancy, more casual aristocrat outfit, not like the stuff with the powdered wig and whatnot, but it's very, very, very nice. Like dark blue here. I don't know what they call this part here in a dress like that. Yeah, like dark blue here and this lovely like green sort of velvety sort of thing going on, and like adjusting herself, and she's like, okay, yeah. And as she looks up and she sees there's a leak in the ceiling, and she just sort of sighs and she grabs like a book and tosses it up at the ceiling so it hits, and she just goes, Chester, could you please move to another pipe? It's gathering. Thank you. Sighs, opens the door and sort of like, what is the commotion? What is happening? Good morning. Oh, good evening. What is the commotion?
Well, I was just dropping off your package and I got accosted by your friend here. I'm sorry. I don't rightly know what you were asking about with him. What happened to him? I just worked the shift they gave me. Are you 517 Stoker Lane?
If I said news that we are, will you tell me where he is? Just like this attractive 18-year-old morose-looking like woman.
Jeanette, are we aware of your attachment to the normal delivery boy?
Oh yes, you are. Everyone is very aware of my attachment to the normal Amazon delivery man.
Oh yes, you see, she sort of like gets her insinuates herself between Jeanette and this poor delivery woman. You see, she no, it's fine, Jeanette. We will get to the bottom of this. Yes. You see, she is used to your other colleague when he comes to deliver for us, and it's a bright spot in her day to see him. You see.
I'm wearing like black velvet athleisure, so I just look like with the shawl.
All right.
I want you to know that while all this is happening, I have been down here. We have blackout curtains, so I like getting really early. I'm shirtless, lounging in the living room, like across the couch, reading Byron, and I'm just peeking just out the side of the book, and I'm just like,
just leaving her to her own devices. Is this something that Jeanette does a lot? Or that how long have you known Jeanette? Have you seen her do this kind of thing before?
I think everyone who's ever lived with me knows that I do this like in phases.
A weekly fling.
Almost. This one's lasted 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's a record, isn't it?
It's serious.
Okay. So you're trying to convince this lady to do something really illegal. Don't you give me a roll? Tell me how you want to do that. What are you going to try and do?
I'm going to try to be sexy at her.
Okay.
This is
an attack. I love that. Just like
so roll your as many dice as you have sensuality, and you are still technically on the house's grounds, so you get an extra one.
I roll 3d6s.
Okay.
That is a 6, a 5, and a 5.
That is 3 successes.
Wow,
I'm very sexy.
One of them is an overwhelming success.
Athleisure, the sexy black velvet athleisure with like the shawl and just this desperation.
Yeah, all you really you needed 2 successes. So well done. So yeah, this lady kind of leans in. She goes, "All right, look. this is just between us. You seem like you've got a charming disposition.
Genevieve kind of rolls her eyes at that.
She's like, but, well, Marcus, the fella who usually works this lot, he's been feeling kind of poorly at home lately, so, well, I just swapped shifts with him for a little bit. He's been, not feeling very well, so, I could use the money, you know, being an old woman, living alone with...
Oh, you look fantastic for your age, but you cannot be more than what? 103?
Yeah.
Genevieve just looks at the woman a little apologetically, like, oh,
I'm
yes,
just clinging against the lintel like Scarlett O'Hara at the very end of Gone with the Wind. Oh my god.
You know, I did not think this shade of foundation was correct, and now I am sure of it, so thank you for that. Marcus Westenra, you can find him in the book, but he was feeling pretty ill, kind of fatigued as of late, and so I just took the extra shifts.
I think you hear a disembodied voice from above say, "Why would you give her that information?"
Why? Because she knows the meaning of true love, I yelled back.
And I'm sure she knows the meaning of, a thank you tip. Genevieve sort of hastily, like, reaches into her bustle and pulls out, like, $10 to say, thank you for your trouble and your kind information. So, like, generally just sort of, like, kind of gently being like, go away now.
We take the second, like, we take the shipment of toilet paper that we never use.
But I think at this point, you hear just a big clanging and scratching from way up in the attic, and the voice of Ed going, "Wait!" as they start, like, throwing stuff around in their attic room of spying on everybody, and the shifting to get out from the attic, like a creep, and crawling all the way down and getting down the stairs.
I like to imagine you've watched this entire encounter through the ring, through the ring on the door, next to the door.
The magic eye, yes, I have.
At this point, I have left the scene because after talking about true love, I have fled into, I suppose, the parlor where Ramon is, and I have flung myself across your lap, like on my knees, but my head and my upper torso is on your lap, so it's a very like. So I'm just sobbing into your lap as you read Byron shirtlessly.
And thank you, Baba Yaga, for the table inspiration. So we can do this one of two ways, and I'll let you all pick because it's one shot. You can either add an extra d6 to the roll when you would want to do this, or you can re-roll a failure.
Ooh. Are we about to do something?
No, just you all got inspiration. So for your next roll, just you can either add a d6 or re-roll a failure.
Do we have to decide now, or can we decide when?
No, you can decide then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's decide later.
Because I didn't decide how inspiration works in this game, but we just got it, so I'm deciding right now. So yeah, what is Ed doing coming out of Ed's video camera CRTV sanctum?
Yeah, well, hearing Ed wasn't too concerned when they were hearing like, oh, it's just a delivery, but hearing that suddenly Marcus seemed, unwell, seemingly, that's getting the paranoia going, and he should not be sick. He was fine yesterday. What is going on here? And I come to the delivery woman's like, you said we can find him in find like a number
book. Said you could find him in the book.
book do you pray tell it is, madam?
And she like turns because she had started to leave. She's like, you don't have the white pages? You know, those phone books, they leave the book. You know, let your pages do the walking. Let your fingers do the walking through the pages. You know how it is when you go for a walk and you
I will
find.
ask the ghost of Alexa what this means. And I turn and go back inside.
Alexa is your familiar.
Oh dear God. I'd love it if it was an actual ghost that you put into the program.
I like the idea of all of our yellow or white pages having been given to the familiars. So like one of them is just be like in the octopus tank. Like
I mean, my squonk in the pipes has like one that keeps clogging things up.
yeah.
No.
So you now have some information to go on. Is anybody watching the new delivery lady as she leaves, or are you just letting her go?
I think Marietta is watching from above, but really like to ensure that nobody accosts this poor person on the way out of the
I don't think I'd have a reason to watch her leave because it's just like, please
Okay.
go now. This is awkward. Go away now.
So you
I-
notice her start, Mary, you notice her start to walk, and you're very used to this path that the delivery drivers make. They usually just go straight down the walkway and into the car. But she goes straight down the walkway, then does a look back at the house, and then does kind of like she's looking at the locations of the cameras. And then does kind of a side step. And it appears like she's talking to someone, but you don't quite see who. And then she nods and gets in the truck and leaves.
So, do I think that this was a person who was there, or she was talking into like an earpiece?
You can give me a roll to find out if you would like.
Sure. What manner of roll?
You could do mind reading, which you are not skilled in, but so it would just be 1d6, but you have inspiration, or you could try and shapeshift to get out there and actually see what she's doing.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna become a bat and go straight out my window to see what's up.
Roll me
It's
some
turning into
shapeshifting to see how it goes for you.
Is turning into a bat sort of basic for every vampire?
No, it's an aristocrat thing.
Okay. Oh, neat.
Everybody else can do it. Everybody can do all of the powers. And when I reprint this, I'm going to put a list of all of the powers. But yeah, everyone else can just only roll 1d6 to do the other things.
Oh, okay.
I'm immediately going to use my reroll because those were bad.
Okay.
Okay, but the second one is a 6 and a 5, which is much better.
Yeah. So not only are you a bat, you are a very sneaky bat.
I'm the cutest bat. I'm like it's those bats.
Stealth in the air. Stealth in the air.
The ones that like are wrapped in a blanket and given snacks. That I'm that.
I follow a bat rescue group on Instagram, and they routinely post bat butts, and it just makes me happy.
So cute.
I'm the
I hope they
cutest
give them
bat.
little hat. I hope they give them little hats sometimes.
Yes, of course. I will immediately purchase bat hats. Anyway, I'm a bat.
Okay.
I'm a bat now.
I don't know why that's so funny.
So as you are flying over as a bat, and this is pretty easy for you, she doesn't seem to be talking to an earpiece. She is having an extended conversation with a person who isn't there.
Espionage.
She's going like, no, I told them Marcus was sick. No, I did exactly what you said. And
I
okay, well, you
want
put in a good word for me with the misses, yes? All right.
I
I'm
want to
checking.
go.
I saw the cameras. I could draw it on the map, and I didn't see the wards because I'm not attuned to that. But I figure you can just sense where they are, being the way that you are.
I think at this point, because this person, like, she gets back in the truck, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
Marietta is not really sure if there's a person there who's invisible, because given the powers that she knows about that vampires possess, it is not impossible, in her opinion, that there is a vampire who can become invisible. So, I'm going to like go flap in the area that this person was. So basically, this is like trial and error. Like, did I run into a person? Like, I guess
Oh.
Are you just doing this around the old woman's head? I love the vision of that. Just like,
yeah,
Are you like echolocating at all? Just like,
yeah. Well, I could do that. That's a good idea. I think I start going. I don't know how bats sound, so I'm just like,
it's like
"Wah, wah, wah, wah." Like
it's close.
disgruntled,
I like it.
disgruntled cat noises is really what's happening here.
Maybe that's just the way you specifically like echolocate because it's better.
yeah, other bats are like,
Don't judge me, other bats. I have a superior method.
So are you trying to figure out if this is like a special, like if this is another vampire that she's talking to?
I want to know if it's a creature or if it's like a solid creature or a hypothetical void. I'm trying to work out if there is a concrete being there.
Okay. Okay. Um, why don't you roll me 2d6?
Sure. What could possibly go wrong? That could possibly go wrong. That's a 1 and a 5.
Okay, so that's one success. So it's definitely a creature that's there. You just can't quite tell what the creature is.
Is this creature bothered by me flapping in its face?
I'm gonna say no, and you seem to be, when your wing flaps in certain places, it's 2 different temperatures. So one of your wings, it's colder.
I think that Marietta forgets. Someone speaks bat. I don't know your lives, but I think that Marietta forgets that she can't currently communicate with her roommates, and so like agitated cat noises are occurring outside. Like, who are there? There's a thing. There's a person. I don't know if it's a person.
Can we hear this at least?
Oh, for sure.
You hear a loud bat squeaking.
I'm just like,
And I'll say all of
thinking-
you hear this loud bat squeaking. And Ed, if Ed, do you have like a portable way of having your cameras on you?
oh yes, I
just
have
kind of
the
assumed you did.
magical black box. I can just bring it up. It knows what to do.
Okay. So yeah, you can see, and I would guess that you know Mary's bat form at this point. So yeah, you recognize that Mary's trying, or Mariette is trying to communicate with you.
Oh my god.
Love, you need to de-transform, my dear.
It's just like,
I am very
is-
weak in my squeaks.
Is Mariette outside?
Yeah, she's seemingly having an episode until I know what this episode is.
Under her breath, just like, oh dear God. I shall see what the problem is. Just kind of opens the door and heads out. Ma'am, is there anything else you miss? Trying to distract her from this obviously very squeaky bat.
Oh, she's headed out. She's gone.
Oh, she's gone? She's just gone?
I think at that
She's heading
point,
down the block.
once Genevieve comes out, I think Marietta like abandons this and like sort of tries to lead her back inside by like flapping past, and goes to Ramon. Ramon, where are you in the house?
Genevieve's just like, okay, fine, don't explain.
I am in the
Just
living room.
follows her in, just like, okay, fine.
I think there is a bat that kind of alights on the arm of the chair and then turns into Marietta. And she kind of clears her throat. Sorry. Hairball. There's
I am
There was-
weeping. just wailing
There
and
was-
weeping. Ramon, your lap is very wet now.
delivery driver is suspicious. Was talking to someone about our home. They were, and I think she raises her voice enough that it will hopefully carry to Ed wherever Ed is in the building. She was casing the joint.
I knew it! You hear echoing through the house. To my attic! Running.
Ramon, you're the only one who understands.
Ramon is absolutely trying to comfort Jeanette at this time. So turning around, you appearing and relaying this information, I would be saying, un momento, all right, everything is not on fire at the same time, one thing at a time. Jeanette, my heart, mi corazón. You've had more paramours than Julia Child recipes, okay? It'll pass, okay? Did she
What
say
if
that
he
Marcus is coming
dies?
back?
What if he dies and he will pass away and I will never have seen his member and I will never be able to immortalize it in my heart. Oh, Ramon.
Genevieve
Only
looks like
you
she would
understand.
facepalm if she could.
And she dries her eyes and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I got your what kind of pants are you wearing?"
Very, very loose fitting, like chinos, like very loose fitting chinos.
Okay, your chinos, like there's just like big soggy patches. and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I've got your chinos all wet and not in a favorable way. I'm so sorry." Oh, I see. Marietta, you have come and you have debatted. What is it?
As previously stated,
Yes,
she
I was
was
crying. I'm
casing
sorry.
pay attention.
I
And I
was
think
busy.
to Genevieve and says, she was talking to something. It was an invisible creature. It could have been, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was cold. Colder on one side than the other when I was a batch. I tried to, flap because, creatures don't like it when you flap your wings in their face. I've learned.
No, I am very aware of that. You have done that to me on many occasions. Maybe more important, where's my accent? Maybe more important is the discussion she was having. What did she say?
She said she couldn't sense the wards because she wasn't attuned to that. She noticed the cameras. It seemed like she had been sent on behalf at least of this creature. But
Marcus?
I don't know, but
Genevieve's just like, she was engaging in how you say, espionage?
But she wanted this creature to put in a good word with the missus. So this creature is married. We know that. What can we do with that? We can
sleep with both of them.
We don't know who they are.
That's
not always the answer.
What is it? I'm never the answer.
I come running back because no one followed me to the attic, but I have all my papers and stuff and like a briefcase, and I lay it down on the ground.
Sorry, that mental image just killed me. You run away, and we all just look after you, and they're like, so anyway.
Yeah. They come in like, I've been hearing everything. Don't worry. And I start laying out what has been the week of images that I've been collecting from our cameras. It's like, this is what the boxes have been capturing. I think, and I circle out where there's been Marcus coming to the door, into the door, into the door, with multiple packages some days. And then the most recent last hour.
So,
Ramon, if you heard something about how, not being attuned to something, you said these words.
Mhm.
So that might trigger something for you.
Oh, absolutely. Ramon's already the second you said that she wasn't attuned to the words, and the fact that things got cold, I think Ramon would have perked up and then very gently kind of sat Jeanette up. Excuse me, darling, I have to do
course.
something very important. I think that it is time to communicate with ghosts to see if they will let me know more about the situation. So I
Ramon,
might
you've
run
been trying to reach
downstairs.
out to the ghost for ages.
Yes. But maybe today is the day.
Maybe. Oh, what if today is the day? Today might be the day. For it is today.
Exactly. Today might be the day.
I
Today
just
might be
want
the
this to
day.
keep going. I just want it to keep going.
Two sentimentalists in the same room.
Yeah, Genevieve sort of takes your place next to Jeanette and is just like, oh, yes, Ramon, why don't you do here, Jeanette? You can cry on me. I have quite a bit of fabric today.
Oh, thank you. Well, I hope it is today, for it is a day in which you can have this conversation.
A day for
It's
Dave.
night, but
yes, all right.
I'm not pinning pictures to the walls.
Just
I think that Marietta is trying to help Ed and being just completely an obstacle because she's trying to change and say, well, this must be connected to that because both of them start with B. That's not a coincidence.
Okay, well, let me pop out a
That
red Sharpie.
beats box. There was a box delivered. I think we're onto something here.
What did you have delivered?
Was
I
it
assume
more
this-
toilet paper? Do we just
like humans get that?
like
There
humans
is- there is
get
a
toilet
company.
paper?
There is a company I legit have ordered toilet paper from.
Because I feel like maybe that is something we might have gotten. Because I think the two, like whenever I make a Costco run, I always like TP and PT, like toilet paper and paper towels. So
Is toilet paper what we have always been getting delivered?
I have always put in the order for the toilet paper because I see so many humans. They're always eating and then they crap and then they need it to clean the bottoms.
I need to look over the box.
But we don't, right?
Well,
That's me above game. Sorry.
I mean, we use it for many other things. It's very soft. I line my I line my coffin in the
Well-
what is it? The Charmin 3 ply.
You line your coffin with toilet paper.
It's really
quite
soft.
blunt.
It's so soft.
order the toilet paper just because humans do it, but because we don't crap, you just use it for. Oh God. Oh, we
Rupert
decorate
did
with
it.
it, don't we?
He likes unrolling
As I'm
road.
heading over to like the seance table, you
Mhm.
hear like Ramon kind of like a little down the hall goes, sometimes the ghost of Alexa recommends me to buy things and I do it. And I just keep
Oh,
going.
she's very useful.
Yes. I
How
love
may
this
I
ghost you
help
have
you
trapped in the
today?
tiny boxes.
She
It
always
is very persuasive.
She also says though, she keeps asking, are you sure? It's very like she likes us to reevaluate our lives, you know?
She's very
Oh,
thoughtful.
so deep. And she
Are
really
you
likes
sure?
to. She also, when I get really sad, sometimes plays what is that song? Despacito.
Oh yes.
Playing Despacito.
Ah, it's my
Thank you,
jam!
Alexa.
Oh,
Dear, good ghost.
just Alexa, stop. I don't know if we should get distracted while Ramon is doing his ceremony.
Oh,
I
this is
do.
true. This is true. We should let
Yeah,
Ramon do the.
Truthfully, Genevieve is just really sick of hearing that song. I
Ramon,
want to imagine she's tried to recommend like different playlists for her moody songs, but it's always just the fucking song.
would we be helpful if we came to take part in your seance?
Yes, absolutely. The more the merrier. Come, darling. Come. Hold hands.
I
Excellent.
I hold hands.
All right, we'll go and hold hands.
And Ramon focuses very intently and starts the beginning of a seance. And you feel the power coursing through your bodies. Now that you're channeling with me and we're making a circle, you feel the power course through you. The lights start flashing all like in and out of the entire house. But
I
there's
begin
no
to moan
communication.
sensuously. I feel so.
Ramon, give me an empathy roll, and you can add +1 for the house. And then who else is taking part in this?
I am taking part in this.
Yeah, I went up and held hands.
Okay, so Ramon, you can add an extra 5d6, but there is going to be a problem if you roll any ones.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Risk reward.
that's 5d6 total or 7d6?
7d6.
Okay.
Because you get whatever your score is plus being in the house plus a 1d6 for everyone taking part in the ritual.
Okay, 76 it is.
Maybe I moan too loud.
No ones. So
Yes!
a
Oh,
5,
nice.
5, a 6, and then 2 2s and 2 3s.
Okay, so that's 3 successes, and that major success bumps it up to 4. So this is like very powerful. So explain to me what you were doing with your very powerful ritual to commune with the dead or speak beyond the grave. Like this is powerful enough that like if you went up to a stranger's house and asked for an invitation and you were completely covered in blood, they would be like, yeah, okay. So, like,
Nice.
I may have orgasmed. It's so powerful.
hearing what was Marcus's last name?
Weston.
So hearing Marcus's full name, I will try to dig deep and contact one of the ancestors that might be around that might know Marcus.
Okay.
And the goal here is to establish a connection so that I may ask if indeed Marcus is sick or if this is a ploy of some sort.
So when you do this, are you removing the wards against ghosts on the house?
Oh no, absolutely. I have no idea. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
that's what I thought. So you are communing and you know this is powerful. Like the wind whistles, the squonk starts to wail.
No, I
kitchen
come very
Chester.
loudly.
kitchen sink just bursts water everywhere.
I'd like to think with the surge of power that happens, if anyone's paying attention, it's like Genevieve's form flickers for a second, but then she just sort of like, oh my goodness.
And then you hear and feel a loud banging on the window.
It's just the neighbors.
And you
Come
don't
on, I
know
got
who
it.
is there,
No.
but you hear Ramon, Ramon, Ramon.
Ramon,
And
the
all
day
of
was
the
the day.
windows start banging and wavering. And it feels like the house is being pushed in and then coming back out again.
I look over you. I'm just so happy and also very satisfied. And I and I say, Ramon, today was your day. Today is the day.
Coming out of the trance a little bit. See, today was the day. I told you. Today
It was.
was the day.
And it was a day.
but I don't feel any spirits here.
You're
Maybe I've been going
outside.
around this all wrong. Maybe I should be outside.
So wait, is that person still at the window, or what's going on? Is that
So
force, whatever it is?
yeah, out of game. Because the house is warded against ghost, and Ramon did an extremely powerful spell to summon ghost. The ghosts are surrounding the house trying to get in, but none of you really know
Oh.
this. They're just pushing on the house, trying to get to Ramon to talk to him.
But the house is doing a little wobble.
The
wobble
house is
thing,
warded, so the house is just rocking back and forth now from all these
Yeah,
ghosts.
Genevieve is really
trying to
freaked
get to
out.
Ramon.
Genevieve is really freaked out. She's like, well, perhaps we should go out and talk to them before they how you say, crush us.
But why are they not in here? I'm summoning them in here to talk to me in the comfort of my own home.
Maybe they're very
Maybe they don't
polite.
like our house.
And the
Maybe they're
windows
like,
start to crack.
oh, they're like us. Maybe they didn't need to be welcomed.
Are we aware that the wards keep ghosts out?
They're supposed to keep everyone out, but Ramon did them wrong and doesn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that window? It doesn't look like it's in great. Well, perhaps we should go outside and check on the windows.
I actually run over and I fling open the window.
You hear howling, and at first it sounds like the wind, but then you hear, Ramon, let us in. Let us in. Ramon, it's abuelita. Ramon. Ramon. You hear,
I think Rupert
why
comes
do
into the
you
room.
keep us away and taunt us with your call? Let me in. Let me in.
It's like a booty
Accidentally
call that
ghosting
never
ghosts.
gets. That's always like it's like a wolf. It's like the boy cried wolf.
I
I
will.
think Marietta is just holding Rupert and just like petting him.
I will matter of factly stand up and just like completely push the chair away from me. Just stand up very upset and go to the window right next to Jeanette. Why don't you take the time to come in here, okay? I spent all this time and effort doing the summon and talking to you, and you stay out there and I'm in here.
Genevieve just sort of like looks like she wants to hide. It's like, what is happening?
Well, Ramon, maybe they're like us. They're like, maybe they need to be invited inside, or is the seance like a vamp? Is like an invitation itself, or well, I this sounds like family business. So I'm going to sit down.
And water starts to fill the kitchen, and you all hear the squonk wail. And then from outside, you hear, she is coming. 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 And Ramon, that you hear, look to your loved ones. Protect those near you. And next time you invite someone, open the damn door. And then there's just a whoosh. And the house is back to normal, except for the wailing of the squonk.
Genevieve just was like, I don't like this. But she sort of wobbly and shakily walks into the kitchen and in a low voice, she sort of sticks her head in the sink and says in a quieter voice, Chester, stop. Calm down. Chester, come on. Chester, come on, we're all freaked out. You don't have to add to it, would you please? God. She like throws open the rotty old refrigerator, looks for finds like a day old onion. Just like,
where did the onion come from?
We order stuff off of Amazon.
Just one onion.
Just shoves the onion down the thing. It's like, please stop. Just have some food. It's fine.
The squonk looks at the onion and starts to nibble at it, and then sees its own reflection in the water from its tears and just starts wailing and dives under the water with the onion.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Walks back. I have soothed Chester. He is fine now.
Ed is now on a perimeter check on like checking locks on every window, every exterior door, and is now looking almost to the brink of panic, looking at where the camera locations are and thinking, okay, I gotta move everything now.
Oh, of course. As a back note, we have food because we have to feed Chester. That's why we have food.
Oh, that's why we have food. Okay.
And you also have a fox and an octopus.
That's
Frogs
true.
and an
You can eat
octopus,
onions.
yeah.
Maybe
That's
the
true.
fox.
So we definitely order like crabs in large quantities because
We probably
They're so
order food that would be
expensive.
like we would order. Imagine we order food for our familiars and / pets that is way more extravagant than even most humans get. But it's like Rupert wants lobster. What are you gonna say no to Rupert? Come on.
Floyd is used to only the finest, so we just gotta.
Do we get those
I'm
meal kits?
just hugging. I embrace Rumble and I say, I'm so proud of you. You finally managed to commune with spirits. I don't know why they could not come in, but it is. I'm so proud of you. Today was that day, and you read that day. Well, night. Well. Oh. I just like French kids like beso.
Thank you. But what does she mean? Who is coming? Miss America? Who else could be who could be coming?
I don't know who could be coming.
Is
I mean,
it the
The
wife?
werewolves of Portugal are coming! Ah!
Is that the wife of the wife? It's got to be right. Your missus, the missus is powerful, so it must be the wife of the invisible creature that we don't know. I'm putting the pieces together.
Marietta, you have a good head on your shoulders. Yes, that sounds logical.
I was reading an article about Yetis. Bear with me.
Yeah, Genevieve looks at her like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Did you know that there was a person born in Michigan who is half bat?
oh,
Not like turns into a bat like us, but half bat.
but how would that work? Like physically,
a
like
man?
And
Or a man's bat?
I'm sorry. Genevieve is looking very shaken. I'm sorry. What does this has to do with the woman possibly coming to harm us?
But I'm just saying it could be a Yeti. They're very common. I was reading an article.
Oh my god.
Someone in the comments section said that over 1/3 of break-ins are conducted by Yetis. They don't want you to know that.
What comments said this exactly?
I think his username was Face6969.
And the
I like that
information
number.
is valid. Why?
Well, they seem to know a lot about it.
Genevieve just levels this look at her. My dear, with all due respect, you say that too, and sometimes you are, with respect, not entirely correct all the time. There's a look in her eyes, though, that with respect moments part she put in is sort of like, I don't respect you.
Well, fine then. You determine what the Yeti person is.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's like Genevieve looks taken aback, like, oh crud. Well, perhaps Ed could use his mysterious black box to research this matter.
Ah, yes. Ghost of Alexa, what is Yeti?
So it's like, no, that's not
In
what
the
I meant.
background, like
Yeti, official
Yeti.
store, coolers, bags, bottles, and drink water. Also asked, what is so special about Yeti? Would you like to know more?
I feel very called out right now.
My own just went off because she's not too far from me.
Also see an ape-like creature purported to inhabit the Himalaya mountain range in Asia, also called the abominable snowman. Goodbye.
Abominable!
Near that.
There's no snow outside.
And we are not in the how you say sorry, what did you say the Yeti's from?
Himalayas?
We are not in the Himalayas, as they say, so why would Yeti be coming to attack us?
But you know, I've been living in America for a long time. They do have a cousin called Bigfoot. Could be a
Oh, you know what they say about people with big feet?
Are they?
Genevieve is trying so hard right now. She is trying so hard.
Are they cold? Because this thing is
Found.
cold.
Big and tall shoes in your area.
This thing was cold. Ramon, I know that you are more versed in the spirit world than I am. Is there anything that you know of that might be colder than average? I know that we as vampires are quite chilly, but
But
I
when
think,
you
yeah.
when you say cold, do you mean like a little breeze or like cold?
Dracula Master, what kind of cold was it? Like a cold chill?
It felt
or
like a
just
cold spot.
was it a cold spot, like a little void, like a?
Ramon, that would sound like a ghost to you.
Mhm. It was probably a spirit, a ghost. Was it if it was localized in one spot, it could have been a ghost, yes.
So maybe it's some kind of spirit that's coming to get us. I don't know. What is the wife of a ghost? Could also be a ghost.
There's a loud knock at your front door.
Hello?
I will check in the black mirror. And I rush to my room.
Don't answer them. That might be the one.
I look at my iPad. What do I see?
You see Lucinda. She is the head of your local HOA.
The bitch is back.
Great.
I'm already at the front door, just about opening it.
Do I believe that she is married to a ghost?
Do you get the feeling of that? You said?
No. Do I know her husband? Do I believe her husband is a spirit or wife? I guess the partner.
Oh, you would know her husband as Arthur.
Is Arthur alive?
Arthur is alive. They throw a lot of tailgate parties that are very weirdly fancy, like microbrew tailgating, and like if you brought Cheetos, they'd be like, oh no, that'll get on the couch, kind of thing. Like we have finger sandwiches and please, nothing that's spilly.
So wasps, basically.
Yes.
Ramon, ask her if Arthur is still alive.
Okay. I open the door. Hello.
Ramon. So good to see you, Ramon. The lawn is exactly as it was last time I saw it. That's 4 violations. How are you this evening? Sorry, I shouldn't have started out with a negative. I'm working on a compliment sandwich. Hello, Ramon. Your hair looks beautiful. 4 violations on the lawn. And your door is elegant. How are you?
Why, thank you. I've been practicing for a telenovela recently, getting into character and being like uh you know "Oy, Maria, why do you do this?" And then like Maria would have someone else, and you think that it was her lover, but it actually turns out that it's my long lost brother, and it'd be like, "Ernesto, you're my brother." And I've been doing pretty okay, pretty okay. But darling, let's talk about
Sounds
you, okay?
very romantic.
When was the last time you had a good massage and relaxed and had yourself a spa day?
Oh, probably my anniversary. Arthur always sends me away for that day. He always wants me to do something nice, so he sends me off to the spa for the whole day. But I wanted to talk to you about this lawn. You're getting me distracted again with your shirtless wiles. Uh, there's a property development company coming in, and we would very much like to get a Starbucks in the neighborhood. So if you could tighten this up, address this just a little bit, we think it would really impress the Polidori property bros.
We try to I believe Ed was trying to hire someone to cut it, but the strangest thing, no one wants to come here and cut our lawn, and I can't be bothered, quite honestly. But
Well, I
listen,
could send the boys out for you. I mean, they're old enough to work a weed whacker. They're what, 8 and 12? They could do it.
Small children.
Sometimes when Arthur's not around, I ride on the ride along mower. Just between you and me, it's a nice way to spend a lonely afternoon, like
I
a
think you
cigarette
should
afterwards.
you should come around more often. I think that we can benefit from each other a little more, and I will turn on my allure.
Absolutely. Give me some sensuality.
Yes. Yes. You sexy at her.
And you get a +1 extra die because you're still on the property.
Okay.
You are allowed to leave the house,
So 1 6 and 2 3s.
Okay. So, what are you trying to get her to do? Are you trying to get her to come inside, or are you just trying to get her to like leave you alone about the lawn?
I will invite her inside and kind of sweet talk her, and and if she's willing to come inside, kind of like have her consent to sit her down and then give her like a nice massage on her shoulders, ease her into the mood, shift her away from the lawn situation so that she leaves satisfied and it is just ignored.
Okay. Like, wow, I have had a long day. I could stand to put my feet up. And I've never seen the inside of this place. I'd love to see what you did with it. She walks over the threshold. It's like, damp atmosphere.
Ramon, Ramon, just hello, darling. How are you?
I'm so glad to see you, Miss Marietta. I'm
Delightful,
having
yes.
an online Tupperware party next Saturday, and
Well,
I would be devastated if you didn't attend. We are giving away a knife block. You can add your own knives. It's going to be the pièce de resistance. I would love it if you
I
could
honestly
join. It's going to
cannot
be
think
on
of the thing I
Facebook
would
chat.
love to bring to your parties more than a bunch of knives. But could Ramon, just one, should we really be inviting more people in when we have an imminent arrival of something? Or maybe she is the something. Are you?
Are
Is
you
this a
having a
party?
party without approving it with the
No.
HOA? Because that's a
I would
little bit against
never.
regulations.
I would never have a party. Parties are dirty and problematic. But
I
um,
wholeheartedly agree. That's why I love them to be online.
so I guess you're here to visit with Ramon. Ed, any progress on the security upgrades? You know, such a dangerous world. We need to
I
be vigilant.
at this point, like I go down the stairs and I like also am trying to be very sexy at this woman in an attempt to enhance Ramon's sexiness.
Give me a sexuality roll.
Basically, that couple that's across the way looking at.
Yeah.
We're at
People
the,
are
with
like,
the couple at the bar. It's like we're really
looking
like
for
this
another.
Uh,
That was a 2, a 3, and a 4.
okay, so that is no successes.
Okay. I tried. I'm angry. I'm trying to be sexy angry, but I think I just look angry.
So she looks at you. She's like, Ramon, is your roommate sick?
She has had a very long day. You know when you really like someone and then they
I
don't
do.
show up
Ramon.
where they should be. I think the kids call it getting ghosted, or something to do with spirits. Maybe getting spirited away. I think, I don't know.
You know, my son's anime club is very invested in that film. They watch it a lot.
Oh. I have a question.
Yeah.
In terms of feeding, when we feed on people, is that instant death or can they choose to let them live?
It's up to you.
It's like the minute this person walks through the threshold, Genevieve, like, let's just say that wasps are her flavor of choice. So it's like, but she also hates this woman. So it's this complicated thing of like, just like, I hate this woman, but also just like,
she's in your house. Dinner walked in.
Yeah, but there's so many. But Genevieve is also where it's like, there's stuff happening right now, and I don't think this is a good complication. So she's just like, she sort of puts a hand over her mouth, and it's just like, I agree with Mariette. I think we are just slightly too busy right now to entertain.
Well, I don't need to be here with everyone. I think Ramon was going to give me a back massage, so I don't want to get dressed in front of ladies. I'll just be alone with Ramon in his room, and it's our little secret. I can remove an HOA violation, but just one.
You're
We
right.
want to impress the property brothers.
That's much less weird than the other way around. Perhaps I'll come with you upstairs.
I feel deeply this is a breach of security, but I can really maybe learn something here. But yes, come. We'll double check all the boxes, see what their black eyes see on the outskirts of properties.
And Genevieve gently sort of plucks at Jeanette's sleeve, like, yes, Jeanette, perhaps we should follow up the lead of Marcus. They said we could find him in the white pages.
Oh, yes, of course. Ramon, I think there's some wine. I like eyebrows. That you can maybe pick up in the kitchen. And the wine is actually just it's actually wine. Yeah, it's actually wine if you want to get her drunk so you can like get her like ease the way to making her dinner.
I will ask her to sit. Please sit here, darling, for 1 second. And then I will turn to you, Jeanette, and kind of without saying anything, give you the signal to read her mind. Just be like, so this is a special technique that I'm going to do. It's called the kiss of passion. Okay. I just need you to lay still and look forward. And I will come behind her and then very slowly massage the creases of her neck, and then just
Huh.
go in for the softest bite, and then start feeding ever so
Okay.
slowly.
I definitely do like the. God, we really are that couple at the bar. Okay. Because you're helping me, do I get an extra d6?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I roll 3 of them.
Plus being in the house, you get an extra one if you didn't have that already.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So that's 4. Okay, let me roll 4.
Because it's like your lair.
So I got a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 2.
Okay, that's 2 successes. So,
I just like,
Ramon, what do your victims feel when you feed on them?
It's pure ecstasy. It
Okay.
is. It's very sensual. It's in a way that it doesn't cause pain, but it like appeals to your senses of pleasure. So it just feels that like you're getting, I guess, a little bit drunker. The longer I feed, the drunker you feel.
Okay. So, Jeanette, what you're picking up on is first a little bit of nervousness. She's like, I've never gotten a massage from someone I wasn't paying. This house is clearly needs a maid. Oh, we don't say maid anymore. We say housekeeper. And then kind of going through that and then thinking like, oh, should I really remove a violation? It would be so great to get them out of the house and just sell this place, like get new owners in. But if they leave, oh, Ramona's leaving. And then it's just orgasming sounds in her brain.
yeah, I still like nuzzling. Ramon's on one side, and I'm like, I like hold her waist and slip my hand up her shirt in the back and like just give her a bit of a, I don't know, just like sensuously stroke her back, I guess, in that way, while I put my head against her head and read her mind. Yeah, I guess it's just orgasming noises in her head. Or
Orgasmic
what are you
noises in
looking
her
for?
head and her not wanting to go home. She
So
hasn't felt this attended to in what feels like years.
I look up at Ramon and make eye contact, and I tell him, seems like she'd rather not go home right now. And it's not just because of your attentions.
I stop feeding, just ever so slightly, and say,
But
"Oh,
why?
No, stop.
we can. Well, it's getting a little late, but we can do 8 o'clock tomorrow, or the day after, or the day
Oh,
after that."
I mean, if you'd like to stay, I know that Genevieve would love to get to know you better. Because I know that you've got a thing for wasps, and
Genevieve's just like,
she's right there,
but damn it,
ready.
I'm really, really hungry. But it's just like, got it. There's things happening. I can't. Oh man.
It's like
In
delivery
her best
happened.
flustry, in like her best flustry French appearance of it, she's just like,
Are you all cosplaying? Seeing Genevieve dressed as like a revolutionary French woman? Is that an Enlightenment era?
I'd say 18th century, but
Okay,
it's not like as I said, it's not like the horribly powdered wig look. It's a little more, it's overdone, but it's a little more casual than the powdered wig look.
Yeah.
I don't know what is this cosplay, but I do agree that Genevieve does look ravishing tonight, and I'm sure she would love to know you better, wouldn't she?
Hand still in front of the mouth. Oh, thank you very much.
I extricate myself so that you can take my place if you want to.
I mean, that would depend. She's already been fed on. Again, Genevieve really doesn't want the complication of having a body to deal with right now.
I only fed a little bit, so if you want to feed, I'll provide that opportunity.
It's family style dining.
Yeah, no, we're roomies. Like, we're friends.
Yeah, you know what? Genevieve just sort of like finally just like, yes, of course, and sits down. She's like, oh yeah, what is this woman wearing?
I'm gonna say she is wearing
It's
a.
got to be a leisure suit, right? Like it's got to be a leisure suit.
I was gonna say she is wearing an ankle-length khaki skirt with a tiny slit in it, and a pale blue cardigan with a
I hate this
cream
woman.
shell top underneath,
I hate this
and
woman.
pearls
It's like,
and tiny pearl studs.
yes. It's like, oh, your pearls are lovely, but I sense Ramon. She kind of gives Ramon a very specific look, like, for I don't know what it is for, like helping out with feeding. It's like, I sense there's some tension here around the neck area.
I think you're right. Uh, you know, Genevieve has miraculous fingers. Okay, I will leave you here. And as I said, if you want to come back tomorrow, I am always open. And if you want to make this a daily thing, then please, darling, I am always available.
She gives you a look when you say miraculous fingers, like, I do. Yes, I do. It's like,
I shrug at you, just like,
yes, let us deal with this tension just before you leave. I know. How do I roll this?
You don't have to because you're having a snack. So yeah, you could just.
So she
mimes
mimes this. She mimes this thing of like, oh, let us take care of this. And as she's still like just getting closer and closer, she finally gets her mouth there and like, okay, bite.
And yeah, she is very into it. Well, what does it feel like when you feed on somebody? What do your victims experience?
Like the classic thing of like that stereotype of the Karen and how they feel when they're like being a Karen and telling people off and getting to win. Let's imagine she feels that.
Yes. Okay. So before she felt ecstasy, and she's like, now she feels powerful. Like,
just like that Midwest, just like that suburban upper class woman self-righteousness,
sexy times are great, but victory is even better.
Yeah, and she just starts murmuring. She's like, I will be president of the PTA. My blondies are better than everyone else's anyway.
Oh my god, that's spot on. It's perfect. And Genevieve doesn't, of course, again, doesn't want to deal with bodies, so she just sort of stops when she needs to. She's like, oh yes, that is. She sort of just gently pats the back of her neck and just like puts the pearl thing down, like, there's we are.
Just like, I could conquer the world, and I will.
And
then immediately falls asleep.
I think at this point, I have gone up the stairs.
I was about to say, let's go upstairs.
Yeah, I've gone up the stairs to report to Ed.
So is Genevieve alone?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Genevieve
she passes
alone with a body, and
she falls asleep, and Genevieve's like, excuse me, shit. It's like, anyone? Fine, I'll do it. Sort of gingerly gets this woman up and sort of drags her to the door. Just like opens the door, drags this woman out, and sort of like looks left and right down the street, just like, damn it. Sort of gently puts her down on the sidewalk, leaning against the mailbox, sort of like puts her up, like, okay, don't fall. Just make sure she stays like, okay. See you next week. Goes in, backs in, close the door.
So what's going on in the attic?
Meanwhile, we're solving a mystery.
Yes. Well, in Ed's attic, it's just like a museum of ancient technologies up till almost like Victorian age, where everything starts like getting melded into the modern technology with older technology, and it just somehow is working. And then every wall is like a collage of photos and printouts and stuff and newspaper articles and just all strings attaching together and even crossing between the room, between walls.
I assume the Sunny in Philadelphia meme applies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
putting it together. And yeah, Ed is now pulling out all the photos of people for the past couple weeks since Marcus started showing up at our door, and is like also pulling out books on uh, Yetis, Bigfoots, ghosts, spirits, even things on like witches because they overheard the HOA wanting a Starbucks into them. Starbucks invites witches. We don't have witches in the neighborhood, so we don't need that book.
And are you going through like do you have the internet up there, or do you know how to use the internet? Because I know you have very like steampunk technology and you know
Yeah,
how
so
to talk to Alexa, kind of, but like what's up with that?
Ed is very interesting in that even though they have very ancient looking tech, they still somehow make the modern tech work for them.
Okay.
So especially with the current surveillance, it's all Bluetooth and wireless. So there is some element of that going on still.
Okay.
It's just it's now all projection or on old TVs.
I
And
love it.
meanwhile, Marietta is just sitting there on her phone, like typing. Like, well, Ed has this like fantastical, like intricate setup. Like Marietta is Googling on Chrome mobile. Like, what is a ghost married to? Question mark.
Yeah. All right. So we know she must be a ghost. They're married. No, we know. No, it's the ghost that was on the sidewalk that you saw that was talking to the lady in the moving box.
What if Mrs. Because I have an accent that I forgot about. What if Mrs. is colloquial and not? They could be in a sort of partnership. It could be a long-term relationship. We don't know if there's actually a marriage license.
I have heard turn of phrase sometimes. You know, I've been in industry and sometimes like, oh well, the missus, but
could be it could be a famous couple from history. Perhaps one of our former loves.
What if it was a lover, Marcus, and they want revenge?
Marcus, maybe Marcus is the key.
At this point, I open the door and I say, Ed, you must know that. Oh, am I interrupting something? I'm so sorry. I can leave.
No,
We're
we
just
think
hypothesizing.
we have a key. It's related to Marcus and your love affair. Drama is thick. Relish in it.
Ed, give me technology rolls since we changed genetic studies to tech for you. And you can add an extra dice here in the house.
So that's how many?
As many as you have points in that. So 2 or 3 plus 1 extra dice here in the house. And if you haven't used your bonus inspiration thing, you could do that.
2, 3. I'm gonna re-roll that one. Okay, that is a 3, a 4, and a 5.
Okay, so that is 1 success. So I'll say you have found like general information on Marcus. You have, and because you're really good at tech, you've done a little bit more than like the white pages search. Like you've gotten where he lives. I'll say, because this is your thing, you've gotten like birth records, where he went to school. You've done some deep dive like internet stalking on him, but what you can't get are like his medical records. So like you can't tell like that he has missed work, and so like you know where he lives, you know where he went to college, where he went to high school, where he grew up, but you can't tell, and that he currently works at Amazon, which you knew. You don't know that like if he's been to the doctor lately.
I regurgitate everything. So this is his entire college transcripts and his high school transcripts and his public school transcripts.
Oh.
And here's his former housing and his housing before that. He apparently lived in New York City. And here was his high school job. It looked like it was a Pizza Hut.
Oh,
very well.
Well, I thank you so much. I will I'm sure this will be useful and
I'll
whenever
circle
I
out in the
finally talk to
neighborhood
him.
where he is, and I bring out
Yes.
the
Jeanette.
giant map of the neighborhood. It's actually not too
Jeanette.
far.
Yes.
Last time you saw him, did he
Yes.
strike you as particularly ghostly?
Oh, I mean, he did wear very tight pants, and I can certainly tell you.
That is not a quality of a ghost.
I don't think no.
And I wear tight.
We're very
No.
tight pants.
He wore very tight pants, and what I
This is-
saw
I know.
outlined
This
was not
is-
ghostly in the slightest.
This is the eel thing again, right? We.
Oh, Jean-Pierre!
I'm sorry.
Why did you have to bring that up?
I'm sorry.
I had
biggest
some views
wound.
about the
I
water.
want to imagine Genevieve finally rejoins at this point, and she just sort of looks at this. She's like, "Did someone bring up Jean-Pierre again?"
He had to put the electric eel down his pants.
Oh yes, I know.
I
I know.
told
It's
him.
tragic.
I told
It's
him 52
tragic.
eels were too many.
Glares
and
at
he just,
We should.
and
We
then he
should
put the elec-
focus. We should
Like
focus
who
on
brought
Mark.
glares at Marriott? It's like, you know, she doesn't want to talk about that. It upsets her.
She was obsessing over the pants, and I thought it would help, and it didn't help. But Marcus, we should think about Marcus now, who could be
Yes.
in danger.
Oh no.
Well, perhaps we should just go to his house.
Was the housewife down the street who Genevieve just did a little snack upon? Well, she does not seem to like going back home to her husband, and not just because of the orgasmic feedings that Ramon provides on a weekly basis.
Well, I can imagine maybe perhaps they are not on good terms.
Perhaps, or maybe he is a ghost.
Arthur? Arthur's too boring to be a ghost.
I do not know. I have met very many. Sometimes you meet ghosts so amazing that you think they are human, and sometimes you meet humans so boring they could be ghosts. So I do not know, except I do miss my Jean-Pierre.
Pat. Console.
So many ears, so little time.
Perhaps we could go on a little jaunt to go check on Marcus, and perhaps we can sort of evaluate the situation. I don't know. Should we leave the house unprotected?
Well, as we have Chester.
And we have awards.
Maybe
Ghost of
Ramon should
Alexa.
check those, though.
And we have the ghost Alexa.
Yes, you're right. The ghost of Alexa is very trustworthy. I trust
Does
her with our
what you need to watch
privacy
my book.
and our security.
Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore.
Ah,
Oscar winner Whoopi Goldberg, Best Supporting Actress.
it's fine. We're on the right path. Thank you, Alexa.
Kevin Bacon. I miss that man.
Yeah, Genevieve is really up to like go and check on this guy. So it's like, perhaps we just she's like, okay. Hey, Alexa,
Yes.
will you please guard the house while we are out? Just like hoping, like, please say something. Please say something.
Playing Burning Down the House.
No! Why'd you have to cast a spell like that?
No, she's going to put it down to house.
It's fine, Alexa, stop.
Boop boop.
Just like the oh god, okay.
All right, I will get my ghost hunter.
Play the bodyguard, Alexa.
The Bodyguard,
Just stupid enough to work, isn't it?
starring Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. And then And I Will Love You starts to play.
Oh, she's
there,
so
you
affectionate.
I
she's
really
like-
do
it's
feel
like-
so good about our security and privacy with the ghost of Alexa looking after us.
I mean, she's telling us that she will always love us. Oh, that's so lovely.
Ed, as you've done some Googling, you see the previous social media posts from Marcus are things like Sometimes I get the feeling she's watching over me, and other times I feel like I should go. And then there's one that's like a brave man's hand can speak for itself. It does not even need a woman's love to hear its music. And then finally, coming into money and what wonderful power it has. Check back later with a sweet deal. Hashtag rise and grind.
Oh no! Oh no!
Print out the tweets of the dire socials.
I've fallen in love
this
with a
woman.
douche. Not my first time.
Oh,
I want to say
This
at this time, Ramon is probably heading upstairs and just walks in, and from this particular delivery box, I went downstairs, checked it. It did have what I ordered, so I am dressed in this very skimpy Amazon delivery uh outfit, very tight, very
for a
short
bachelorette
shorts.
party.
Yeah,
Ramon!
yeah,
Like the guy in Legally Blonde, right?
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
You dress just like Marcus.
You know, I had a great idea. What if Ed can track down Marcus, and then I would be like, he's needed at work, or I can say that someone passed away at work, and
Yes.
Oh, I think that would be amazing. What do you think, Ed? Let's go find him. Let's go find Marcus. See if this what powers this money has brought. Perhaps there's an old cask of pirate gold that has a curse upon it.
And I think
Wrapped out the
oh,
fruit.
good.
Let's go.
And I think that is a great place for a quick break. So we are going to take a 15-minute break. Everybody hydrate, take your meds, subscribe to the Twitch channel if you haven't already done so. Give us a follow, and we will be back with more Oops All Draculas as we run out to go see what is going on with the Amazon man. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Girls Run These Worlds. We are playing Oops All Draculas, and the Draculas have just encountered or discovered where Marcus Westenra, the beloved Amazon worker, lives. So you were getting ready to head out. You had asked the ghost of Alexa to guard the home. Are you taking any more preparations or cautions before you go out into the night?
I think I go
Your
and
dastardly duties on the internet.
I think because we're going to see Marcus, I go and I like put on a push-up bra. And I like make sure my tatas are like very appealing.
So like a
Top
Wonder
tier
Bra
prep.
from like the 80s.
Oh, it's totally the same Wonder Bra that I bought from the 80s.
I want to ask Rupert to keep an eye on things and to call for us if things go amiss while we are gone.
Is Rupert the octopus or the fox?
The fox.
Okay.
Although Floyd, I would like to ask Floyd to get in contact with us, but I don't know that Floyd has the capability to do that.
So I was just checking. So does Rupert talk? Are you like psychically connected? How do you usually communicate?
I think we're psychically connected, but I also think that sometimes she'll just be like, call me if something goes wrong, and it will be like agitated fox noises. Like, oh, Rupert is calling for us. The fox says, "Rah!"
Yeah, okay. So Rupert just kind of gives you that sign in your brain where you're like, Rupert's kind of like, okay, but like, I can't do this long distance. But okay.
Well, I don't know. How far does our psychic connection reach? Like,
you can tell me. Like,
I'm wondering. Like, I suppose it depends on how far Marcus's house is, because I don't think it's like continents, but I think like if it's down the street, like there's definitely potential for it to work.
So, your neighborhood has an HOA and is fairly shishi. I would assume, or at least is trying to be shishi. Your neighborhood is trying to get gentrified.
Sure.
So,
I imagine that whoever owns this house has had it since before the HOA existed, and that is the only reason why we are here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I would imagine that either Marcus can live in this neighborhood or he would live in a neighborhood that has not yet been spotted by gentrifiers.
Okay.
Since, you know, he's an Amazon delivery driver unless he's living with his family.
Well, I guess the answer to this question then is like if Rupert can reach me, great, and if not, then not. But
okay.
Rupert is sneaky. That is like his main thing.
Okay.
So he's just keeping an eye on things.
Okay.
Floyd doesn't give a fuck as long as he has his crabs. That's the
Got crabs.
got crabs.
Got crabs.
Got crabs.
Yeah.
All right, so we got protection from the fox. We have a Wonder Bra from the 80s. What's everybody else doing?
I think Ed is definitely the overprepared type.
Mm-hmm.
They have their old saber, like sword saber from days of yore, as a weapon they just keep around whenever they have to leave the house. And then because we're dealing with ghosts, and Ed has been hearing a lot about ghost hunters and their new tech of the modern age, obviously I have to have a spirit box and REM pods and stuff, because maybe they might work, maybe they'll capture a ghost, I don't know, maybe Ramon might be interested in them, might be great, fantastic, perfect, gather it all
Try
and
to take
we'll
the moment to get stuck at the door.
yeah. They just have like a military, like old military style backpack on me with all my stuff.
Uh-huh. I love it. What about Ramon or Genevieve?
Genevieve, like, considering and, like, thinking, like, man, this is kind of a stakeout situation and we might be in danger. She looks around her closet at all her frilly clothes and stuff, and she sort of, like this is gonna work, is it? And Chester in the pipes is just like gurgles like, shut up. She's just like, fuck it, I'm going normal. And her form shifts, and suddenly her clothes shift, her form shifts, and she suddenly now has a hoodie, a jeans, trainers, and just like long dark hair under the hoodie, and she's just like, okay, that is much better. Hey Chester, can you just like, if anybody comes, just like, I don't know, cry in the pipes, that freaks people out. Yeah, I like that, that's great. Okay. And she will exit.
All right. And Ramon.
I am wearing the Amazon delivery.
Yes.
Yes.
With the very very short shorts, and I mean very tight and short shorts. And then because I'm leaving the house, I have like 10 to 12 different crystal necklaces just all underneath my shirt. I have bracelets that are filled with crystals and like Saint Lazarus like gems and this and that. So like I am as comfortable and as warded as I'd like to be in my skin when stepping outside the house.
Okay. So heading out to get there, how do you all travel? I know some of you can, well, all of you can shapeshift. It's easier for some of you than others. So would you like turn into bats and fly? Do you take a car? What do you do?
I propose a souped up golf cart that we stole.
Yes,
Are
I
we
definitely
trying
worked
not-
on that.
I guess the question is, are we trying not to attract attention, or are we just like, screw it?
I mean, I feel like several of you really like attention.
Oh, yes.
I am all for
Yes.
this.
Yes, we do.
I think in order to appear less conspicuous, I will turn into a bat and I will be like the what is it called? The emblem on the front of the golf cart. Like there's just a bat sitting there.
The hood decorator, the hood
Yeah.
decoration.
The hood ornament?
Yeah, the hood ornament.
Yeah.
There we are.
It was like the bat signal.
I'm a bat hood ornament.
Give me a shapeshifting roll.
Oh great. Let's see. How many of those do I get? I get +2, I think, right?
However many points you put into it. And then if you do it in the house, you get one more.
Oh, I get one more. Okay. I rolled the same. So it's 2 2s, a 4, and a 6.
Okay. So you shift into a bat. You're not a very stealthy bat. You might be a little bit of the wrong size of a bat. But to be a perfectly inconspicuous hood ornament, but you are a bat.
I hadn't decided. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think what it is that my wings are too glittery.
I hadn't decided. I wasn't sure if it was my choice or not. But in terms of all of them seeing me in my what I would call normal mode, have they seen that before, or is that something they've
You
seen?
tell me.
I want to say it's the first time they've seen it.
Okay.
Like Genevieve comes out, and when they see, she's like, yes, I have.
The fuck is this? Who the fuck is this?
What
have you done with Genevieve?
I am Genevieve. I have transformed
I like
into
lock
like,
my I like try to strangle you.
just like it is fine.
Are you?
I am in disguise.
What have you done with my friend?
It is a disguise.
That don't make me call his name.
Oh,
Let go of her.
It is just a disguise. I thought this might be dangerous, so I have disguised myself. Am I not amazing?
It's incredible.
That's
You look like
amazing.
such an
You look-
ordinary looking human type.
Sort of pride twitches a little when you say that. Yes, it is. And even more amazing, I can talk with a normal accent. Huh?
you are so talented.
Just like yes, I am.
It's almost like it's your natural accent.
Glares so hard. That is just how good I am, Mariette.
You are so talented, and I am amazed. to be clear, my outfit looks like Sandy's outfit at the end of Grease.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what my
Aw.
outfit is.
That's your blending in outfit.
That's my blending in outfit. Just
I want to know, what is Ed wearing out into the world?
Ed had recently seen a game series called Assassin's Creed. And
Which
they're
one?
like, oh wow, they just blend into the crowd when you walk into them? That's
Which
amazing.
installment? Which installment? I need details.
Have my saber on my side.
So is this like 2 or 1?
It'd be 2, because Ezio,
Nice.
that sounds like a really fun name.
The Italian outfit was so sweet, you know?
Oh, I love it.
I'm sitting at the back of the golf cart and just like looking at Genevieve and just to myself, how does she do it?
Genevieve is both like just kind of preening, like, I'm so fucking awesome. But also just sort of glaring at Marionette, like, say something. Go, I dare you.
I'm a bat now. I can't talk.
you just get a lot of like shade, just like vibes.
Feel
of
the shade coming.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, we'll have to talk about you joining us for movie night when I do the movie recordings, because Ramonda always asks me to help with the movie recordings. Because we need more characters. We need to. But anyway, we got a task at hand.
Yes.
Either save or destroy Marcus. I don't know which is yet.
I will save him with my love.
Yep, that's something that's gonna happen.
And if not, I have an electric prong.
Oh, but what if he doesn't like that? Not
So,
everyone
I
likes
mean,
that
you've
thing.
borrowed it before, so I don't.
Oh, that's true.
So you head down the street in your golf cart.
Wait.
Slowly.
Before we take out, I will say, Yanette, you are so romantic. You know,
Oh.
I think today is the day.
Oh, you think it's the day?
Here, use this to blend in, and I will take out a pair of aviators for myself to blend in, and I will also give a pair of aviators to Jeanette.
Oh my god. I with tears in my eyes of gratitude and love, I put on the aviators and now we both look like we just channel inner Joe Biden.
I feel like you need ice cream cones to commit to this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. As you're going, you pass some. Oh my god, Trisket, please do not turn off my internet like we're wont to do. Sorry, my cat just decided to lounge on my keyboard. So you pass by several boarded up buildings that have signs on them that say like coming soon from Polidori Properties, and it's like coffee / repurposed purse store. Another one is like a Polidori Properties panini press. There's another one that you pass that used to be like a very cute community garden that is now owned and boarded up. It's like Polidori Properties, and it is going to be home crafted whiskey and mason jar distribution.
See, I'm telling you, this smells of werewolf bros. I've heard of
God,
these on the deep web.
I can
And I think
see
this
the
is what
candle
attracts them.
stores. I can see the candle stores in my mind.
And eventually you get through this and arrive at what was clearly a large brownstone at one point. I don't know if they have those in Lake Winnipesaukee, but we do in the one in my head. That has been divided into apartments. And there's some TVs on in them. There's some sound coming out. and the top 2 windows are darkened with blackout curtains.
My love, I feel you are near.
That looks slightly familiar. Am I wrong?
The blackout
It is-
curtains or
it
the
is a
brownstone?
sign.
The curtains.
Curtains.
Well,
We have those. I'm pretty sure we ordered that set from Amazon recently.
Oh. Well, then I guess we can't fly, right? Like we're not.
You can okay, so what you can do, you can shapeshift to fly. Although as a sentimentalist, it is not you're not.
Can I climb
great at
up
it.
Can I climb up the side? Like,
Yes. Also, if you want, you could try and send your shadow up there, which is from the Nosferatu playbook.
ooh. I think Jeanette is just gonna start climbing
Okay.
the brickwork. Regardless of the fact that one of her friends is fat and could just go up there herself.
Yeah. Are you climbing with style or in
Yes.
a sexy fashion?
Yes.
That sounds like the same thing.
Yes, I'm doing. And if any of you seen like the Call on Me video, like from a long time ago, with like the sexy aerobics.
Yes. Okay. Give
Okay.
me your choice in artistry or sensuality roll.
I'm gonna give it a very sexy climb. My ass looks so good.
And what is everyone else doing? I assume our bat is flying up.
I mean, if we already got a bat up there, I'll check the front door.
Okay.
See what the deal is with that.
I got a 6, a 3, and a 2.
Okay. So you got enough of a success to get up there sexily.
I'm coming.
It would be hard to see through the blackout curtains, but you have arrived up there with your bat friend, and you did it in a really sexy manner. Checking the front door, Genevieve, you see a list of names, like for the bell ringing, and you notice that first Marcus's last name is on the top floor, and also next to the other apartment on the top floor has a scratched out name and then a new last name that is a little bit hard to read.
Can I roll to read it?
Yeah.
Or try to figure it out? Okay, finally rolling. What am I rolling?
Let's see. Why don't you roll me some mystery to uncover what's going on there?
Okay, so that's so I get 2 dice because that's +2, and since I'm not on the property, it's just going to be the 2 dice.
Yep, unless somebody helps you.
Does anyone want to help me?
I'll go up and help.
I will be right next to you, like on the post, just leaning very sexily.
So now I get 4 dices
Yes.
or die. Plurals. All right. Okay, that's 5, 6, and 2, 2.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. So you can read that the name up there is let me see. It is going to be Karstein.
Karstein. Is that name familiar?
You're a very young vampire, so let's see. How much did you research about how much history do you know?
Just vampire lore?
Vampire lore or general like European history or this area history?
I think Genevieve, Jenny being the way she is, she probably mostly just looked up French aristocrat lore because that's what she was focused on.
Okay.
So I think being as babyish, yeah, let's just go with this. As baby as she is, she's not going to be that thing. So, but she will turn to the other two and be like, "What was the name of it again?"
Karnstein.
That is still sort of doing her regal thing, but not without the French accent. She's like, does Karstein ring a bell to either of you?
I look at Ramon, because I think between you're older than me, I'm about 200 some odd. But I've been in the area for most of that in American development. Would I? Maybe I've been in Canada for that portion of history. I don't know.
Where were you 100 years ago? Or 150 years ago? You were in the Industrial Revolution as a worker, right?
Yeah, like I've been once I got sired, I've been hiding about in trying to take in industry, trying to see if I can build an empire underneath the living civilizations of humanity, because I got master plans. So I think in Ed's paranoia, they would be researching and keeping tabs on anything that comes into power or any person coming into power.
Okay. So I'm going to say, see, why don't you and Ramon both roll me? You roll me 1d6, Ramon, you roll me 2.
That's a 1 and a 3 and a 2.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, no.
Mine's a 4.
Okay. So you're not super familiar, but I would say you do know there were legends of a countess in Hungary who was a little bit after Elizabeth Bathory, who was the Countess of Karnstein, who is said to bathe in the blood of youths, of people in their, early 20s, like in the prime of life, to maintain her vigor. So this might be, her descendant, if she is real.
Well, I vaguely heard of a countess in relation to that name, but that was a long time ago.
Genevieve blinks. Another vampire?
I mean, they did enjoy bathing in the blood of youth.
Who's pointing? Living right next to this Marcus guy.
Yes.
Genevieve's gonna reach out and press the button for Marcus's name.
It buzzes. And those of you who are upstairs, you hear the buzz up there as well, followed by a coughing sound, and then some shuffling. And then downstairs on the door, you hear, yeah, this is for a...
Genevieve sort of looks at Ramon and Ed and just sort of like, yeah, delivery for you.
I didn't order anything, did I? Is
Heck if I know, man. It's here, some kind of, just a box. I just deliver them, man.
Give me a manipulation roll.
And I'm getting help from my two friends.
If they are helping. I don't know if they can help looking sexily.
I am not helping. I'm just here
Yeah,
for the
'cause
look.
it's just a voice box.
Yeah.
He just
Alright, fair
gently
enough.
smolders next to you.
What's a success again?
A 5 or a 6.
So 2 4s wouldn't be a success, right?
No, but if you haven't used your inspiration yet, you can now.
I have not. So I can
So
either
re-roll
I guess I'm gonna
a die
re-roll.
or add an
Yeah.
extra die.
Oh, only re-roll 1 die?
Yep.
Or add a die, which
Yeah.
honestly it's gonna be the same result, isn't it? Kind of doesn't matter. All right, I'll just re-roll 1. It's another 4.
Okay. So he's kind of like, oh Jesus, Trisket, what are you doing, buddy? Okay.
Yes, God.
Just look, it's probably just the protein powder. You can leave it outside, man. It's okay.
Well,
I don't need to sign for that. Take care.
Well, I would. It's just that we got these new protocols. I kind of have to, like, you know, do the thing where I take the picture of the package in front of your door. I mean,
Well, then take a picture of the fucking package. And then it just kind of...
hate him.
And
Yeah,
those of you upstairs
well-
hear shuffling. As...
While he's distracted, is
Yeah.
the window locked?
It is not locked.
I would like to open the window.
You open the window.
I open the window and I let myself and my bat friend in.
Are we allowed to enter without being invited?
Oh, that's a good point. Can we not enter? Oh. Well, I open the window and I just sit there.
That
I just
was
stand there.
my thing. That was my thing. I was trying to get him to let us in.
Let the right one in.
However, I'm good at hovering on account of being a bat. So I'm going to like try and peek in to see if there's anything nefarious happening inside.
Yeah, I move the curtain aside.
If you want to use your mind reading, you could convince him to let you in.
Oh, I would need to get his attention first. So
Mhm.
I guess
Well, you
when
could
he-
project into his brain to
I'm gonna-
make him let you in.
I'm gonna do the
Let me in.
Can I
Hey,
start
over
using
here,
my
could you-
distraction power?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
it's-
want to buzz the Karnstein.
Okay.
Just straight up just buzz.
Okay, that's a 6, a 4, and a 3.
Okay. You he turns around and is like,
Come to me.
Jeanette, what? And you see that his eyes are like glazed almost. And he's like, you came here for, I come to your house, but you
I
came
came
for
for you.
me?
Oh, I have come for you. In many ways, but literally this time.
Marietta at this point is
But
like, I should not be here for this.
Why don't you? I have something for you. If you'd only let me in.
Yeah, come on in, girl.
And my friend here,
You're friends with a bat.
who isn't friends with a cool bat.
You know, my neighbor has some rat friends. I thought it was creepy.
I slide in and I'm like, shh, just
But
Marietta wants to go
Her
look
name's
at the neighbor so she
Templeton.
doesn't have to witness this.
I was like, no more talking, dum dum.
and Ramon was buzzing the Karnstein neighbor. So it buzzes, and then you hear 4B. Why do
Yes.
you disturb me?
Madam, it is I, Vasily from the Romanovs. I've come here to pay you a visit from the ambassador.
I'm gonna need some kind of roll for that. I mean, it sounds like manipulation to me, but if you want to convince me you can do it with a sentimentalist skill, I am open.
I will help if I can.
I will use my power, with my like allure power to like the in
Okay.
crowd.
Yeah, do it.
It works through intercoms.
Okay. I love it. So, you're, yes, Vasily. I thought your family had died.
Well, you know what they say, things are a little bit surprising sometimes.
So if you're using your signature power, you don't have to roll, because that always just works.
Oh, it was a 5 and a 6.
Well, that it super works.
Obvious Pokemon joke here.
It's
It's super effective.
Thank you.
Just like, yes, come up and bring your friends. that I see standing around trying to look unsuspicious.
It would be my honor.
And you hear, meh, and you're buzzed up.
Can I get a wahoo?
Woohoo!
So this is a walk up. So there are 4 crumbling. Bless you. It smells kind of like mold in here. Ramon, as a sensitive aesthete, it could be offensive to your sensibilities, but I do know that you see the beauty in everything. So as this is a decaying building, there might be beauty in the death of this building. It smells like mold and mildew and has like, this carpet has not been replaced since the 70s. It's
Just
that
like our basement.
vibrant orange shag.
Oh, very much like our basement.
And yeah, you all make your way up. And our Mariette, you were also flapping. You were flapping that way. So you arrive and the door is open. And it smells, when you get here, you hear with your heightened vampire senses scurrying of tiny nails, like not hammer nails, but like little claws. And you also hear other bat flapping. And then there's the very powerful smell of fresh blood. Are you going in?
Yay!
I think I have to, right? Like at this point, I think I kind of like wearily flap my way in.
I will stroll in, no problem.
Guess we're going.
I'm sorry, I'm being very busy in the other room.
Oh, you are fine.
I wait. So he lives like across the way, just like across the hall.
Yes, they're neighbors.
Okay, you hear like typical Jeanette noises.
Sure.
Jeanette,
good,
how
Marcus is safe.
attention are you paying to are you feeding on him?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not. I think not at
She's Jeanetting him.
first. Well, not right now. You if you take away blood, then the blood can't go where it's needed. So
Got
you do
it.
it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
oh God, he's sick, but this is like this thing in Futurama. Like, please, the spirit is willing, the flesh is bruised and spongy.
Jeanette, you notice that he is having a tough time focusing, and he is very,
Look at me.
very pale.
Look at me.
Like, despite being buff and clearly seems interested.
Oh yeah, no,
He-
are we
he's-
going at it? But he's like not able to focus.
He keeps looking towards the door.
I keep grabbing his face. I'm like, no, look at me. No, look at me. We're finally together. Look at me. No, why you keep looking at the? Is there someone else? Have I misread our? I thought we were in love.
It's like,
Is there someone else?
no, well, it's the strangest thing. It's, I don't remember. You're so pretty.
Oh, I know.
In the other apartment.
Agitated bat noises.
You walk in and there are so many bats hanging from the ceiling that it looks at first like the ceiling is moving. Hanging upside down are nude bodies being drained into wine glasses. And sitting on a fainting couch is an immaculately dressed pale woman with elegant nails like glass, sipping wine from a champagne glass. Ah, yes, my good friend, the Romanov. Welcome. It's been so much time. And she extends her hand for you to kiss.
I grab the hand as gently as possible and kiss with a little flourish and bow. It has
And
been
she
too
has no
long.
pulse. I didn't know any of you were part of us.
And we didn't realize we have a fellow individual in the neighborhood.
Well,
Usually-
I'm new to town.
I think at this point, Marietta realizes the disadvantage of being a bat during this conversation and kind of switches back and says, "Did you by chance have someone casing our home earlier today?"
Oh, that's you who lives in that delightfully filthy classic little manor. Hmm. Do you often spawn people as vermin? I mean, they are lovely children, of course, but
Genevieve snorts out a giggle before she stops herself, just like.
do you choose that? Is that the only shape you can do? Fledgling?
You're being very rude. Only I am rude.
But I invited you into my home. Oh, I am being rude. Would you like a drink? And she just gestures to the draining bodies. Because they're still alive.
I think Marietta mutters under her breath, "So trashy."
So now, what has brought you to my neck of the neighborhood? You're not looking to sell that vile little chateau, are you? Could certainly make you a good offer.
Well, it's been our home for some time, and we've had a good relationship with the neighborhood, and we are familiar with it. We've been grandfathered in. I mean, I'm sure you've had your own issues with the HOA.
Familiars, yes. I have a delightful familiar, my minion next door. Well, you know how it goes. It's taking some time, but he'll get there. He's so strong.
Yes, I think someone of our company knows how strong he is.
So he
As the
just-
moans echo out from the other world.
just try to cover that. It's like, so he's a delivery guy, right?
Oh, he used to be. Because now he just delivers for me. Anything I need, he brings it. Wrapped in a teensy little bow. Delightful packaging that one has.
Genevieve feels so in over her head at the moment. It's just like, okay.
I will-
Yeah, I think similarly, Marietta doesn't really know what to do about this.
I think. Oh, let me know when you have that back to me. I definitely. My character has feelings. My character
Yeah,
always
okay.
has feelings.
Let us go back to you.
Okay, so at this point, I've taken what pleasure I can, which is less than I thought I would get, and so I feed on him, and when I feed on him, do I get the impression like, oh, this is someone else's?
This is someone else's.
My fangs retract, and the blood like
It's been
fog
claimed.
like comes to my eyes, and I look at him in wonder and sadness. And at this point, I say, do I know who has claimed him?
Oh, you could give me a mind reading or empathy roll,
Okay, I will do
Let's see.
so.
or you could just guess because you saw blackout curtains on the other window.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's probably that person, but I'm gonna go ahead and double check with the mind reading. Okay, that's a 6 and a 4.
Okay, yeah. So you get a vision of an ancient, slender, beautiful, blonde woman, and the name Carmilla. You hear
That
it with him moaning.
bitch. He was mine and she took him. And I immediately like I say, stay here, darling. I have something to attend to. And at this point, like I put my wonder bra back on. But not my shirt. I definitely have my other shirt in the other hand. I don't even like have time to like properly dress. And I think at this point, can I can't enter her apartment, right?
Yeah, you can. She's a vampire. You don't need an invitation.
All
Yeah,
right.
she left the door open.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, no, I just like I can't even kick down the door in satisfaction. Oh, that's vexing. All right. I storm in my like Olivia Newton-John like slide-in platforms, my tight little pants, and my wonder bra, and I'm just like, you took my love from me.
I could have. I take a lot of people's things.
And this one is mine. I didn't even.
No. Finders keepers, dear. You didn't claim him. I'm so sorry.
It's seduction is an art. And you greedy old thing. You know nothing of love or what it means to be in love. All you know is what the fuck is going on under you? Why is it so wet?
I don't love him. Why would I love anyone that I no. I prefer the. And then she looks at Marietta and goes, the fairer sex. I have there's nothing to do with love. He carries heavy things for me. It's hard moving place to place, setting up coffee shops and handbag shops. Look, I'll find you another one.
No, I want this one. He has gentleness and poetry in his soul. I feel it. I sense it.
Have you seen his hashtags? They are quite interesting.
By the way, I have not zipped up my pants. Like, it's just.
Now, knowing that you are all here, I detest doing this, but I suppose I could offer you all a 10% share in the Polidori Enterprises. You could feed as we will, leave each other alone, and go about our business.
Well,
you can keep your nasty little home.
I think she wants the nasty little delivery man.
He's not nasty. Not yet.
Perhaps she'll go aristocrat mode. She'll sort of, at least vocally, go aristocrat mode for sakes. Perhaps, Jeanette, you could arrange a shelling program with her? I mean, she only wants him to carry boxes.
Employment. Maybe this could be his new day job. And then, after hours, you could see each other in whatever manner is most agreeable.
You know, the great ravishing.
As it were.
Is that what they call it every fortnight?
Apparently it is now.
She goes, well, you do have a delightful little creature I've had my eye on in your neighborhood. That What's her name? What's her name? I was doing business with her. The
Oh, it's a PTA woman, the HOA woman.
Lucinda. I'll trade you.
Genevieve, you were the one who fed on her last?
Wait, what?
She wants Lucinda the snack from earlier.
Yes, she
And her
wants your
husband.
snack.
Arthur's very boring. You don't want Arthur.
Oh, he's very boring. We went to one of their parties and they didn't like having us sit on the couch.
Gently nudges them in the sides, being like, if she wants them, we should just. She might find her own uses for them.
I mostly just want his finances. He's
Who was
incidental.
invisible? By the way, I do have a question. Who was invisible outside our home earlier?
Oh. Well, I thought you knew. That was Ramon's grandmother and several other ghosts. You have quite a crew holding out there.
Ramon, your seances have been working. We just need to figure out a way to get them in the home.
It's rather
You should
rude of
really
you. They've been
do
lined
something
up
about
for
that.
centuries.
You see Ramon sitting down with one leg crossed, sipping blood wine, and they're in a darker mood than usual. There's no comment made. There's no acknowledgement. They're silently brooding.
Ramon, I don't have a head for politics. I don't have a head for strategy. All I know is that I have a heart, and it is full of love, and full of love for that man. I point towards the other apartment, and I would do anything to have him for at least a couple of weeks.
I nod. Of course, darling. Anything you want.
What do you want, Ramon?
I have what I want.
Genevieve generally just like sort of looks at Roma like, you sure you're okay?
Yes. And I stand up and I go over to Carmilla. My dearest Countess, I have a proposal to make.
Oh, I haven't had
These
one of those in generations.
fine, lovely, lovely vampires I have happened to come to call a family, to have a sense of home in this rather shit of a world. So, my proposal is simple. You see that Yanette really loves Marcus? What's one less thrall? I will butter it up and get you 5.
No, I did find your sentimentality disgusting, but since you speak business, I'm willing to entertain this. Let's have a talk. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of Oops, All Draculas. I hate to cut it off there, but we have a time limit. So see where you can meet this wonderful cast. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Let's start. We're going to go in reverse order. So let's go with Ed. Who are you in the real life? Where can we find you?
Yes. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. I am Natalie Chenard. You can find me most places on the internet with Ghost Candle, especially Twitter, but also on Twitch with Ghostly Candle. That's with an LY. I do art. I make a lot of emote packs on a weekly basis. So, I think I just recently released my anniversary vampire pack that has an animated emote in it. So, that's on my Ko-Fi. So, ko-fi.com/ghostcandle. And yeah, artist, variety streamer, tabletop player, performer, all the things, because all the things are great, and I love playing with these folks and being on Girls Runs These Worlds. It's been a blast. Thank you.
Yeah. How about Genevieve? Who are you in the real life? Where can we find you?
You can find me at Sarah with an H and with an E Willia on Twitter. As mentioned, I do the voice acting in real life. If you want to seek out some stuff, like literally just recently, Monster Prom 3 Monster Road Trip just came out, and I voiced Pollygeist and Vicky Schmidt in that.
Ooh.
God, let me think something else. They just announced a new Kasumi skin for Paladins called Lovestruck Kasumi. I voiced that in one word, Yandere. That should give you the general impression. And I believe the first episode of season 3 of Welcome to Demon School dropped on Crunchyroll. I'm back voicing Desanko in that. So yeah.
That's so fun. Mariette, who are you in the real life?
Hi, I'm Jilly. You can find me on Twitter at Oh Look It's Jilly with a G, on Instagram as Oh Look It's Jilly K, and on my Twitter there are links. My link tree has links to everything else, including my editing rates because I am a editor of words, and a writer of them. I next Saturday at midnight, the end of, I guess it's Sunday, the midnight between Saturday and Sunday, I will be on Friends Who Roll Dice playing Cipher for the first time. For Extra Life, we are doing it is a very long charity stream. I believe it's 24 hours, but it could
Yep,
be longer
it
than
is.
that. And I'm in the midnight to 3 a.m. Pacific time slot. I'm super excited about that game. It's my first time playing, and it's going to be super fun. This is a month of new games for me. Then at some point we had to reschedule, but I don't know when it will be happening. I will be playing kids, kids who ride bikes, kids on bikes. That's what the game's called. I was trying to think what the thing, and that is being rescheduled. So stay tuned. I will have more info on that on Twitter. I also do a bunch of theater stuff, and I will be updating that as it goes. So come hang out and discuss, I don't know, bats maybe on Twitter with me.
I love bats.
Bats.
Ramon, who are you in the real life? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Jonathan. You can find me on Twitter at jmbraceras, which is my last name. You can also find me on Twitch at Paptimus Prime. I actually have a Saturday night D&D game, which I am running at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, right after this game. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of emotional betrayal, to say the least. It's going to be a really heavy episode, so it'll be good times.
And lastly, but never leastly, our gal who got her guy.
Finally, I think there's like an epilogue of like them just going at it for like 2 weeks, and then she forgets all about it.
Oh, how very Jeanette. Who are
Super
you? Where
Jeanette.
can we find you?
When I am not playing a very horny vampire, I, Michelle Rapp, can be found on the internet, on Twitter at Killenfiend Potter, where I post lots of fun and spicy takes on Magic the Gathering, D&D, art. I do art as well. I'm a ceramicist, so I sometimes post a lot of my mugs and things like that on there. What I'm excited to announce is that next Saturday, the 5th, I will be doing a homebrew event for Saving Throw show. I believe that is the let me just for Saving Throw, and it is going to be a Magic the Gathering / D&D crossover of D&D New Capenna, which is the Roaring Twenties inspired setting for this particular game for Magic the Gathering. It's Roaring Twenties where the 5 families in power are all demons, and our players have got to navigate this world filled with crimes and a drug, but that's not really a drug, called Halo, and figure out, how to pull off an amazing caper. So that will be next Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, as part of their full day of casting. So we've got a really, really amazing cast of all POC, mostly queer folks. Definitely tune in. It's going to be a wonderful time.
And I am Jess. I wrote this game. You can get it right there. You can also get it on itch, and you can follow me on Twitter at miss_Jess03. You can find me on Twitch at Angry Nerd Girl. As you see, I just posted it down in the thing. And you can see me tomorrow on the RPG Writers Workshop channel. I'm going to be talking about how to write adventures at 3:20 p.m. Eastern. And then I'm going to be on Phoenix Iwaki's channel tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern for our All Evil campaign. I am playing a very short, very fat tabaxi who really wishes he were a necromancer, but they're not. They failed out of druid school and are now a bard. And
Oh no.
and then I am also part of the charity stream for Extra Life on Saturday, and I'm running a Pillion at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is a game where everybody is baby dragons, and we're going to go on little dragon adventures. So join us for that. It's going to be a party. I would love to do a raid, but I am not a mod, so I don't know how to do, I can't do one, but maybe a mod here will do one. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been a blast. I believe we are currently casting for spy.edu. You have until Monday to apply. And if you have a story you want to tell, sign up for the form at Girls Run These Worlds on Twitter. It has been an absolute blast hosting for you. And thank you to Girls Run These Worlds for having me on. So, yeah, have a good time of day, all. And we are raiding somewhere, I think. Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you.